Alright, this is the real demo review of Max, who is on Team Lux. So I guess it's probably a high AM team. Playing Gully Wash 6s. It's 30 minutes long. Let's see what he can do. So his rollout is a little bit slow. Oh man, that's super aggressive. I don't really like that like pushing forward because exactly this reason. If you get too close to the edge, it makes it way too easy for the roamers to bomb you, especially after you saw that he like launched himself forward. The problem is that it makes you isolated because you're like at the forward edge, but your whole team is like only coming through the choke points. So either the soldier jumps in front and he isolates you, or he jumps behind you and pushes you forward or cuts you off. So you need to be a little bit more disciplined about like doing that early damage from like long range. Here you don't have much time to be setting up this trap. Like they could be Ubering around this corner any second. I don't think the enemy med died. So him like just sitting here with this trap taking forever is pretty bad. Oh, did the med die? Oh, I think I wasn't paying attention. Okay, the med died. Maybe the roamer killed him, something like that. Alright. So he's fine actually. No problem. No problem at all. I don't recognize some of these names. Alright, so they're kind of peeking forward a little bit. Their sentry went down. But he's not pushing. Soldier gets launched. They should do like an instant counter-sack. Their soldier's jumping river, so they know the enemy demo's upper lobby. Here, I might actually pressure river because I wouldn't expect there to be a trap. So you might be able to help your roamer get a pick on the flank. Because you don't really expect their combo to be pushing after their roamer dies. You expect them to kind of like bait and then back up. So you can really pressure the flank pretty hard there. That's what I would have done instead of just like sitting there doing nothing. Oh. That one he definitely should have focused the scout because he had that trap on the balcony. So I think just spamming stickies at the scout would have been better. He got to see him like running through the window, so he can like preemptively sticky that to deny the scout. But honestly, if the other team sends in 2 people, I think your medic was healthy, but then he like got meat shot, so he didn't really need to pop. Especially if your pocket turned around. I don't know where your pocket went. I don't know if he died on a trap or something, but that was just a drop because no one else was around to defend your medic except you. It wasn't really your fault. Here, your pyro shouldn't be playing on the flank. Your pyro should be getting tanked, and someone should be peeking river to call if their combo's coming river. See, your pyro's just useless now. Just sitting on the right. Here you had no stickies out. You might as well have just like either trapped lower or trapped above so you could watch one or the other. Instead you like just waited to shoot until that scout was like rushing you. I think you should have been like preparing with trapping the point. Hello, welcome back Arcadian. How did it go? Alright. Yeah. And back to like that 2-man suicide that they did. There's no harm really in popping there if you have to. Like if you have to, getting 2 picks is still worth it. Because potentially you could force them out of second, get second for free. Here you need to be getting healed. You guys potentially could have taken this without popping if you were getting healed. Because whenever you're pushing in at a height disadvantage, you always want your demo to be like you want your demo to be like a central part of that push because he can push them off the high ground, and if they try to challenge, he can do a lot of damage there. So I didn't like that you were like outside of the combo and not getting even crit healed or anything. Hey Arcadian, yeah, things are pretty good so far. Glad to hear it went well for you. You guys should roll back into mid. Both their scouts capped, and you got another pick. I would probably not stack the point because they're probably all gonna get spawned except for that scout that just died, I would imagine. But now they had time to like set up. Oh hi, it's me. Yeah, it is you, Max. What's up? And because you guys waited and kind of stacked that point, now the other team has a hold on choke. So that was kind of a poor decision, I'd say. Alright, this is getting all laggy. Did it not let me change it? Oh, he has to be dead for me to do it. That was kind of risky to not have a sticky around the corner. Like after I hit that soldier once and then hit him 50 with the second one, I would have put a defensive sticky at the corner, then peeked it with the grenade launcher instead. Because you had no idea what was behind that corner and anyone could have rushed you. A scout, a demo, you know. So it was kind of risky to peek that with stickies shooting forward instead of defensively. But you're about to sack a roamer. Your roamer gets denied. You're just taking it patiently. You guys sent in your suicide. That soldier's so low. This is fine. Just chilling. They didn't even counter sack, which is bad of the other team. Like if your team goes down one, they should try to make something happen. Either pressure the flank hard to see if they can pick a scout, or like send in their roamer immediately. So the way that the enemy team is playing, if they're not going to capitalize on you guys making suicides, you basically have infinite chances to make something happen. Looks like your soldier spawned on Conjurer. Is that what I'm seeing? Your soldiers on Conjurer just spamming the flank. I would probably tank that player. If the Conjurer is like your strat, I would just have that player getting tanked and just work the charge up as fast as possible. I personally am not a fan of having your demo watch choke, but like I'm not a fan of having your demo on the flank alone. Especially not like peeking alone. Though to be honest, I do this sometimes. It's just you only want to do it when you know like it's completely safe and you can like trap yourself off. Like by this point I probably would have just rotated because all those stickies, you don't really want to deal with that shit. Your scout should have been peeking ahead of you, which is also kind of inappropriate to have you peek first. You have a slightly different roster now? Okay. I guess so. I guess that's irrelevant then. You did send this to me like 15 days ago. Alright, you guys are going into lobby. I didn't see if you guys actually used the conch. I don't think you did. So how I would probably do it is, I would probably use the conch, like, either to repush after getting the force, or, yeah, probably that. Probably to repush. Do I have any recordings of a spy demo? I might. So I think that's what you guys are setting up for right now. I like holding river, or like I like holding shutter with a trap and then like peeking to see if I can pipe. So yeah, you guys are gonna do the repush contra strat. That scout needs to die. Oh my god. That reminds me of fucking Overwatch when you fucking get that Lucio speed boost. It's so dumb. So the thing that went poorly there was I think you committed too deep. Like, if you just would have had someone bait the point, and then you just like lay down a bunch of stickies, I think you guys would have gotten a lot more kills there. Oh, they got in big door for free. That's no good. Pretty sure it was even Ubers there, so you definitely didn't want to give that up for free. The only problem was you didn't have anyone watching big door at all. Everyone was watching choke. So there should have been like, one thing I like to do on this map is like trap both. I'll trap big door and I'll trap choke. That way I always can be influencing, like slowing them down getting in. Even if it's just like 1 or 2 stickies. That honestly makes a huge difference. Because if they destroy your stickies, they're telegraphing where they're pushing. But then if they don't, it will still kind of be a mind game, you know? And they'll still be like influenced by it, and you might do some damage, stuff like that. Where would you put the trap big door? I would just either put it on it depends on what team I'm playing against, honestly. Either the left or the right side of big door. Just on the wall. Really nothing's fancy. Or even just in the middle of the ground. Like, honestly, even if you just put them on the ground, it can still slow down the enemy team. Alright, this is going to be a bad Uber, guaranteed, so I would just put up, like, defensive traps and get your med out. That was good. And now you want to look for flankers. Yeah, there's 3 fucking flankers, so. Stickies! There I would have just tried to, like, circle off your medic so that no one could cross towards him. Here you probably don't need to be putting up a trap. They just lost 3. You should look to see if you can push this. Well, I guess your teammates aren't healthy. I probably would have still tried to put up like a somewhat aggressive trap and like bait myself to have them chase into me. But they should have advantage. Oh, you guys are on crits. I would probably not have gone crits in this situation because it's pretty even Ubers, I would say. So the best way to use this crits is going to be you just use the crits to get the force or to aim for like a flank kill or 2, and then you repush after they pop. Oh, you guys are going for a suicide distraction to crits, and then you fell drop down. You're not going to hit anything with those pipes. Stickies were good spamming up there, but once you ran out of stickies, you should just run away. Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad. There, you should have just crits from a safe spot, like big door or something. Tried to get the force, and then just repush after they pop, or you get a couple picks. Here, what I would have been doing there was you already had that trap in the lower door, so I would have been shooting stickies at them. So that has 2 effects. 1, it herds them towards the trap, and 2, it makes them think that there is no trap because it looks like you're like actively sticky spamming when in reality you're actually baiting a trap, you know? Alright, you held it. That was pretty good. Definitely need to go get some ammo. I don't know who's alive on the other team. But assuming someone cleared water, you should be clear to push out. And then usually the demo's responsibility is going to be to take lobby. Alright, you guys are losing people, so this push is called off. I would just throw stickies on the shutter, then run to spawn. Like, you desperately need ammo. And there, I would be spamming pipes probably, like towards the corner, because like once you had the sticky behind the scout, you don't really need anything more than just like cut him off and prevent his teammates from getting in. I don't know. Maybe I have some weird habits that are like not correct. So you know their demo's a choke. You guys are still on crits. I would not be using crits into the demo. That is absolutely what you should not be doing. You should be trying to avoid the demo at all costs. Luckily they dropped him or something. So you guys are clear to push now. I would be looking to see if I can get traps on their spawn right now. Because I think you guys killed the demo. I wasn't sure who you picked. But if you can deny the demo or either of their spawners, then that would be worth it. The thing is, just every time you guys have good picks, you guys keep stacking the point, and it's like really halting your momentum. Because you guys aren't, it seems you guys aren't very comfortable pushing into second. I think, oh, I like that you're at big door this time. Oh, that's a fat crits. Or it should be. Problem there was just your sticky wasn't fully charged. Like, I would have had my sticky fully charged coming around the corner. Because even if they are close to you, you can still hit them with a full charge sticky. But if they're really far away, then you can, that's the only way you can hit them, is if you have a full charge sticky. Alright, this should be the pinch of a lifetime. Let's see what happens. Alright, you guys got 2 kills. Their med actually escaped. That's kind of surprising. Here, I would not peek this corner without putting a sticky down. There's really no harm in it, you know? Because anything could have been around that corner, so you left yourself vulnerable to getting flanked. It obviously didn't happen, but there was a real possibility of it happening. And I just prefer to, like, play it safe. It's a nice pipe. I wouldn't deal with that guy. I would be looking at crits now. Like, after you pipe that guy, I would be, like, spamming tab because I know they're getting spawns. And I'd get a crit sticky, like, ready for their spawns. That was definitely a missed opportunity. That crits could have, like, gotten 3 kills on their spawners. They're getting spawns! Beef! Beef! Man. I do think you have a slight tendency to just keep firing pipes when you could just reload a sticky and win like certain fights if you just shoot stickies. Sometimes you're even shooting pipes when you have stickies loaded. Oh, you missed the pack. This could be a disaster. That was good. I'm glad you looked to your left because you heard some shooting happening to your left. I would have done it a little bit sooner. But yeah, it was good that you're paying attention to those sounds. Those sound cues for fights. Because as a demo, you definitely need as much like information as possible. Really as any class, you want to be looking around to see if the target that you're currently closest to is actually the biggest threat or most important target to focus. Is this box of macs and cheese? It is. That's exactly who it is. So it seems your rollout's a little bit slow because you're not getting there before the scouts. When I do this rollout, I always get there before the scouts. So there's a little bit of speed that could still be gained. All right, you're dead. Problem here was you did not make yourself easy for your medic to heal. I think on mids you have a tendency to go a little bit too aggressive. You should be waiting until the heal beam is on you to push. You know, don't expect your medic to catch up to you. Maybe I have to show you the rollout, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know what I do differently to get there faster, because it looks like you're doing it pretty much right, but there's still like a second you could shave off that. That was yet another kill you could have gotten if you just used stickies. Alright, you guys have to give this up. So what I would do is like put a trap near me at big door, and then like I would probably keep peeking choke or keep peeking middle to try and make them jump into me and bring them towards the trap. That's what I would do, but I die a lot. When I do that, just because I end up being alone. He needs to have the second and third sticky placed before he reaches them. I guess that could be it. So the thing to do if you're going to be cycling your spawn is usually to leave your trap up, because if you cycle your loadout, it doesn't remove your ammo. The same two-man sack. Alright, you guys held it. Your roamer did an instant sack and got the force. You guys should be pushing into them. He dropped? What the fuck? That is like the easiest pop in the world. I don't know, man. There's no excuse. Wow, he dropped his Uber charge. Wow. He dropped his Uber charge. See, yeah, you definitely want to be more actively putting those stickies down, like on the ground, to like deny any potential hiders or flanks, especially if you guys are like working your way in, because that's the only way you're gonna like get your medic picked, is if something's there. I just think you're a little bit slow still to put those down. Like, you should be making it a fucking carpet of stickies. I'm also remembering that you get California ping. So I feel bad for you.
We have lost the control point. Alert! The control point is being captured.
Hello, AYXO. This is a demo review of one of my subscribers. I'm trying to analyze his play to see what he can do better. You know? He's in intermediate, and I'm in invite, which is one division above. Another thing you could be doing while holding last is like a little bit more like grenade spam, like after you set your traps, because you never know if you're gonna like hit a random pipe or if you're gonna do some good splash or hit a random pipe on their medic across the map. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna go huge? Not quite. Almost. That was a nice try. But yeah, I think spamming more pipes. You can also juggle people with pipes, which is huge, man. You have no idea how frustrating it can be. Oh, you're on booties now. Alright, this is rage demo time. That was really weird. Their med didn't even commit and you guys still lost. I probably as a demo wouldn't ever want to be the first one up the right. I would want to sit on the ground for a little bit, do a little bit of spam upwards to see if I can hit their demo and push him back, and then follow up once my team's up there.
We have lost control point.
Stickies! Shoot one! That took way too long to shoot that sticky. They could have gotten through that door. So you guys actually could set up somewhat of a like a forward hold. Is another thing you guys might want to experiment with, because it seems like every time you guys are just getting Ubered on at last, and there's never any effort to like force them in bats or in the front door. I also think you guys should run more off classes. Earlier you guys ran a pyro. That worked pretty well. Well, I guess you have a sniper right now. I think heavy and sentry should just be defaults, you know? Alright, so you det the trap. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, there's a scout in water. Now, that's usually your roamer's responsibility to clear that out. They nearly fucking capped it. And you guys got forced. Yeah, that was actually god-awful. Hey, look at these pipes. Those are the kinds of pipes that I was talking about right there. Yeah, so your roamer was just kind of oblivious to the guy in water. What's up, Nathan? How many reviews do I do per sub? I mean, technically, like, unlimited, but I think if you're being polite, it would be like once per month. Because there's a lot of people that want to do them, and I would do any competitive game, any class. Alright, this time you were getting healed, so you started pushing. So this was probably your best mid so far. Just because you didn't isolate yourself forward, and then you pushed behind your scouts, and you got healed and stuff like that. You called it, and neither soldier went to kill him? Alright, that's fair. I suppose you could put a sticky on the point, but you shouldn't really have to worry about it. I feel like it's definitely more appropriate for you to be like looking at the forward choke points. So here you see them all coming out the left spawn. What I probably would have done here is I would have put like 2 or 3 stickies on the point, and then when they started walking out of that left spawn, I would have just made a bunch of pipes land on their head. Because you wouldn't have had time to charge up enough stickies to do damage there, and they were all super bunched up, so your odds of hitting a pipe there are pretty high. And you could potentially just hit all 3, because they're like all just hurting through there. Yeah. I feel like you're not taking advantage of that, like pipe spam a lot of times when you know people are going to be bunched up coming around like little passageways and corners and corridors. Alright, you need to reload, and then your team needs to push. One thing you'll notice that their demo did that actually was pretty effective was when he wasn't hitting stickies on people, he just left those 3 stickies on the ground. So he created like that trap. He created a trap so that your team couldn't push forward. That's something you could consider doing is if you know your stickies, or if you don't know for a fact that your stickies are going to hit people like around that point, like if you're just blindly spamming, just don't det them until you see people actually walking over them, you know? It's called a carpet, yes. I used that word earlier. So here you guys got a few picks. I would probably not stay in water on this push. I would probably have rotated to river because you guys had 3 picks on them. So they were like kind of tied to just sit there and like try to commit and get whatever they could. And just by just sitting here on the point, you're kind of just asking to be fragged, especially when you're half health. So I would have run away and trusted that my team could hold like 5v3. The first sticky's undercharged and very late. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go over the what he should do for the rollout because it looks a bit messy. So I'll show you the spots where I charge my stickies too. Even with California ping, you can be hitting the first sticky. Alright, your med's dead. You're getting flanked. I think time's about to end. Yeah, it's about to end. Alright. Let's do this. We're gonna load this up.
We have a lot
and go over the first sticky. Okay, how about that?
You failed.
Check this out. What are these view models? Alright, I'm restarting my game. But, yeah, so let's see. The mids are definitely a big spot where you could improve. Hitting this first sticky and getting your rollout slightly faster would be a big help to your team. Then other than that, on last holds, I feel like you could take a few more risks, like peeking forward and spamming pipes, or just like spamming pipes in general on last. Then what else was happening? Let's see. One thing I'll note is just like it seems like you guys were not very comfortable pushing into second, especially when you're on crits. The crits play was pretty bad. You guys needed to be using the crits when it's even Ubers to just get a force or get picks, then re-push later. And then in general, pushing second, I don't like how you were like watching the flank and your scout was like baiting you. Should kind of be the other way around, or just you be with the combo, trying to like lock stuff off, like lock off the shutters so people get isolated and they can't retreat in case any damage is made, you know, stuff like that. But we're gonna go over these jumps and the sticky spam on Gully Wash mid. A bridge, thanks for the resub, by the way. 3-month resub. That's excellent. So the first jump, I actually did a video on this, but the key is like making them really fluid, and like was mentioned, you want to have that sticky down before you land. So like you're gonna be jumping from here to here. One sec. Let me give myself some health. You're gonna be jumping from here to here, and hopefully reloading as well. And then your next sticky's already down, and then I feel like there is like a C-tap method or something for demo. I don't fucking know, but like I can land all the way in choke, and a lot of demos they land like right here. I think that does make a big difference. And then as far as charging the sticky, there used to be a ladder here. I don't know if any of you guys remember. There used to be a ladder like right outside choke. It's one of the dumbest things ever. But that was where I'd always charge my sticky. It was right when I passed the ladder. So it'd be like this coming here. Then you have pretty much a full charge sticky. And I like to walk to the right. I think that you were kind of like walking forward. It kind of breaks your sight line a little bit too late, because you don't see when you need to be deading. So I'm like shooting it right there and then moving to the right so I get that vision. If I'm hearing a soldier that's jumping, I'll usually det slightly early, because I know he's doing a skip jump, and I can like launch him forward or launch him just into his death. Because everyone wants to avoid fall damage. I feel like the fall damage doesn't really matter, because the only way you'll die on this pack is if you're slow. So if you take extra fall damage but you're fast, and then you do early damage, like it all is worth it, I'd say. Now let's talk about the first sticky on this side. First sticky going big door. Usually what I do is I'm still gonna jump here, but then I'll do a second jump, and then when I'm crossing the ammo pack, that's when I start charging. It looked like you started charging when you're like around here, and if you're right here, when you come in to shoot, your sticky's not gonna go deep enough in choke. It's gonna land a little bit short. But if you start charging when you're crossing the ammo pack, if you do that extra jump, that is, you're gonna be getting it all the way into choke right when you get there. So see, that sticky landed in range of the health pack. And then ideally from there, you're you're not like hitting the demo too much. Like you'll maybe hit him a couple times just so he backs up, and then you're reloading. I feel like a lot of demos, the biggest mistake they make is they're just like shooting everything super early. They're not like actually actively aiming their shots. Because a lot of times you can hit the demo once, then you look over here and there's like a scout on that awning. You can hit him. Like if I'm up here, what my mid usually looks like is I hit the scouts. Usually I can hit either one or both of them. If I see one of them run left, I will always defend against him first because he's the biggest threat. If neither of them run left, usually one jumps like on the awning, I'll hit him, and then if they try and jump there, I'll hit him again over there. And that scout has taken 100 damage. So that's like a free pick for my team. And then by that time the soldiers are probably jumping, so then I'll either like try and do an air sticky or like just hit them if they jump the point, then you reload, then you repush. I don't know. It's easy to say when it's an empty server, but you get so much more early damage and options if you get here early and you like think about what you want to do with each sticky. Another thing you can do is you come up here and you throw your sticky down there and you hit their scouts, and then you keep throwing stickies there, and their medic just won't commit if there's just stickies all over it. Or you hit him with like 100 damage, and then you coordinate with your roamer to just do like a full commit off of here, and then their med just dies every mid, and then you get pretty much a free mid. So that's pretty much how you play the mids there, I'd say. Then for like pushing big door, like get in the habit also of like putting stickies around every corner before you peek. Like I would never peek this corner until I had a sticky there, unless my teammates were already in. You know, because there could be someone in there hiding, there could be a trap. So I'd have a trap down and I'd dead it, then I'd walk forward, just like inching forward, inch by inch. I'd trap this off, then I'd peek, and then if they're up top, then I start shooting them. You know, don't dead on yourself, obviously. But if you guys are in the stalemate, it can be really easy to just take all of this over with your demo here, because you can trap off both of these doors, and even if none of them are in the doors, if you get someone behind, now you can like start helping that guy get a kill in the lobby or something. You know, things like that. But you definitely don't want to be, like if it's a stalemate, you don't want to be pushing your demo in, because he's just going to get focused and dropped probably. Your demo needs to be like just at a range where he can set these traps. Just always mid-range, always mid-range. I get upset when I watch demos, and honestly Muma does this sometimes and it really upsets me. When he sees scouts, he tries to fight them in their face, but that's like just giving them, that's giving them exactly what they want. You know, you want to be like keeping the spacing between you, and like if you could just circle yourself off with these stickies, that's going to be more effective than like if there's a scout here and you like push into him, because now you're dealing with like really awkward angles, you know. What else? Other than that, let's see. If we think about that game that we watched, we never saw like them really contest second from like high ground. So maybe that's something that they need to get more comfortable calling, is like pushing to upper to defend second sometimes when they're getting rolled. Because you never know, sometimes you can get a pick up here. As long as you always have someone in lobby watching for these entrances. Some teams prefer to have their demo here, trapping this, and then your combo pushes upper. This can work, but what you need to understand is that if you're a demo, like, you shouldn't just be trapping these doors, because the only way you're influencing the fight is if someone walks over your trap. What you should be doing is trapping these doors, yes, but then like peeking to see if you even need to trap them. Like, just sitting on traps for nothing is worthless. You should be peeking it to see if like you have space to walk in. Even if you're standing on your own trap, at this point you're essentially baiting your trap, because they know they can't get past you if these traps are here. And you can maybe hit a random pipe, maybe you see someone rushing towards you, then you close the door. Then your trap is effective. But if you're sitting here and no one even tries to open these doors and you do nothing but sit here, This is just a wasted Demoman, you know? So you should be at least looking to see if there's any opportunity to push. But at least you have this, like, this safety net of the trap. If nothing is close and you have space, then you walk past it and you get in. But only after you've evaluated it that, like, okay, everything's clear. I can actually push out now. So that's one of my big pet peeves of demos is, like, they don't know how to push out because they play, like, way too one-dimensional with their traps. I think demos should be, like, baiting their traps a lot more and play confident. If you have a trap up that's defending yourself, play confident. Like, I would do this all the time. I'd, like, set a trap here, then I'll be like, fuck you, I'm gonna peek. And then if someone tries to chase me, kaboom, I kill them. Or I'll do it, like, up here. I'll, like, throw a bunch of stickies, like, right here, and then I'll just, like, peek. Because I have that safety net. I love to do it, like, lower main on Badlands all the time. Just, like, or even on this map. See if you can hit a random pipe. There's really no reason not to do it. And a lot of times it pays off and it baits people into your stickies or forces them into an awkward position. Or you hit the pipe and you get the kill, you know? So it's just being safe about it. It's what it's all about. Being safe about it. You know, you have the stickies, then you peek. You don't just peek and then get surprised, you know, because there could be anything there. That's just my theory on it. Some demos are convinced that they'd rather just, like, fuck it. Oh shit, I'm dead, you know? That's how they want to play this game. But it's just a very risky playstyle that often does not pay off. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this. So yeah, I think that's it.